Yo, what's up, people? Hope you're well. How's everybody's day been? Hello. Who we got here? Welcome in. Just been doing some research today, some supplements and stuff. So as some of you might know, I've been taking creatine for quite a while now. But I've been looking into another supplement that some people have been taking. So I'm gonna probably get into that a bit. Some of the research that I've been doing. So yeah. Because I'm looking at like trying to maximize my performance and my physique and all that kind of stuff. Hello Abby, how you doing? Hope you've had a good day. Thank you for the like. So I've been looking at like health supplements and things lately, so I want to talk a bit about that. So yeah, creatine's something that a lot of people should probably be taking, because the body produces it, but it doesn't produce all of it, and you can get some of it from food, but unless you're getting loads of like red meat and stuff like that, then you're probably not going to be getting enough from that. Hi Susie, how you doing? Hope you're well. I'm getting there, thanks, and hope you're okay too. Yeah, not too bad. Like I said, I've just been doing some research into a supplement called beta-alanine, so I'm going to get into that in a second, but yeah. But basically, because I've been like, consuming this like creatine for a while. It's had some improvements for me personally, but I think it's good for a lot of people to take. Some people might have some issues with it, but yeah, it's cold, isn't it? It was cold last night as well, but yeah, it's just these few days are cold now. It's like, we're right in the depths of winter now, so yeah, where are you at, Susie, did you say? But yeah, so beta-alanine, something I've been looking into, so it's another health supplement that some athletes take. So from what I've seen, it might not actually like improve muscle mass, but it may just be more for basically like anaerobic exercise mainly, like anywhere from about 30 to 60 seconds to about 10 minutes of like like a kind of sustained effort, like say like doing a run for short-ish kind of distances. Hi Jerry. So if you're doing say like a 400-meter sprint, 800 meters, maybe a mile, something like that, then it may benefit that kind of stuff because it can help to buffer the hydrogen ions. So basically the research I've done is that basically what happens is that when we are exercising at a very high intensity, we produce lactic acid, and that lactic acid actually causes it causes an acidic environment, which causes the hydrogen ions, and that's what causes that burning sensation, and it causes the muscles to fatigue, therefore you just burn out. But this beta-alanine is said to actually buffer that and help you to sustain a high effort for longer. So yeah, basically if you're going for like say like a 400-meter sprint, and it can help to buffer that. So it might be good for people to take if they're looking to improve their times on things like that. Also, it could improve like strength endurance on like say higher rep ranges and stuff like that. Maybe you'll be able to do more pull-ups, more push-ups, possibly. Yeah, -6 tonight. Yeah, that makes sense, Jimmy. Yeah, so basically, there is some things to consider though. That it said it can cause a tingling sensation, especially if you take it all in one go. So you want to just like have it spaced throughout the day, but they recommend don't have more than about, I think it was a few grams a day. So yeah, just go and have a look into that. Going to be -1 down here. Yeah, it's not quite as cold down there, is it? But yeah, basically, yeah. So this is beta alanine I've been looking into, but there is also another thing that it apparently can interfere with taurine, which is another like well, basically taurine's an amino acid. Beta alanine is alanine is actually it's basically it's an amino acid that it's a non-essential amino acid, and I think it's which one, histidine I think it is. Those two make up carnosine, which is that's what causes the basically the lactate buffering, some people call it, but it's not actually the lactate, it's actually the hydrogen ions that it's buffering. But I've heard actually that sodium bicarbonate might actually also have some benefit as well. Some people have been using it as a pre-workout, but I've heard some people can get bloated when they take it. I know Jesse Pollack uses baking soda. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it, as sodium bicarbonate? So yeah, maybe I should give it a try, that sodium bicarbonate. But apparently it can give you a bit of a boost. So yeah, I don't know. I don't do pre-workouts. I don't really believe in that stuff. I don't really believe in like messing with your adrenals and spiking up your heart rate. Cause that can happen like for a sustained period, and it can, who knows what it could do to your heart health long term and stuff like that, and just your overall health. I mean, unless you're taking it first thing in the morning, then it's probably not the best. If you're having caffeine at like afternoon, evening, then it could start interfering with your sleep. So that's something to consider really. So you get these people going about health and fitness and all that, but yet they start taking all these bullshit supplements that a lot of them aren't even that healthy, especially the way that they do them. If they're doing pre-workout in the evening and then they're going to bed like 3 hours later, it's like, that is not a good idea, I don't think. Hi, Black Cats. Unless the workout helps them to get to sleep, maybe, I don't know. But then I don't know if they'll get as deep of a sleep. So this is an issue with I think the most important thing is to fix your sleep. If you've got a good sleep, then you probably won't be needing caffeine to get you through the day, get you through your workouts and stuff. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's just a way to kind of buffer the symptoms of sleeplessness when you should be just trying to get a good night's sleep, because that sleeplessness can really like wreak havoc on your health long term. Can we get the likes up in here, please? I got 9 people and 1 like. So yeah, just double tap your screen. So go to where the thumb up is, and then click on that, and then click it again. There's like, yeah. So do that, please, if you can. I've just checked, and Bradford is going to be down at -4 tonight. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get to like -6 possibly, but I don't know. I'll have to look again and see what it's saying. But either way, it's going to be freaking cold. Yeah, it's -2 already here right now apparently. So yeah, -6 tonight apparently. So, but then next week it's supposed to get milder. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hello, Rebecca. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? So I've just been talking about this beta alanine. So have you heard of it? It's a supplement that some athletes take to increase endurance at high intensity. So like if you're doing, say like you're doing a 400-meter sprint, and it can help to buffer the lactic acid so you can go harder for longer. But apparently like creatine can help with that as well. And because what creatine does is it basically it helps to replenish the ATP, which gives you more kind of like a readily available energy, rather than this kind of like energy that just is like depleting, and it's like you feel fatigue really quickly. Whereas so with creatine, it can, like, you could just, like, say you do a set and then a minute later you feel like you can do another one. I don't know if maybe something I've noticed is that I'll do a set, a workout, and then I feel like I can just go again, like, pretty quickly. Like, I'm not really having to mess around, like, so long. I don't know, like, if that's kind of just like I don't know, because some people say you should, like, I guess it depends on how hard you go in the set. You know, some people will go to, like, you know, failure or something, and it's like, if you go into failure, then, you know, it would make sense to rest longer. Yeah, it depends on the body part that you're training. Like some say now, if you're training side delts, then they don't require as much rest because there's not as much, you know, there's not as much, like, need for, like, ATP in those muscles. They replenish a lot quicker. I have never really looked into that stuff. I just make sure I'm fully hydrated at all times during workouts. Yeah, that is important. Like, if you're dehydrated, then your performance is going to drop. Like, water's required for, like, all of our cells to optimally function. You know, we're mostly water. Like, I think we're about somewhere between 57 to 60% water on average. So yeah, and creatine helps to increase the water of your muscles. So that might actually be what's helping them get more energy as well. Just like from having, you know, more water content, just functions more optimally. I don't know, like, the exact mechanism, but it's said to help replenish the ATP molecule. Because ATP is what's the energy currency, basically, of our cells, like our mitochondria in our cells. They run on ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So yeah, I tend to not drink the much water, but need to drink more, considering I go out a lot running. Yeah, exactly. Running's yeah, can cause a lot of sweating and stuff. So yeah, it's like, because sometimes we might not necessarily feel that thirsty, but they say when you're feeling thirsty is when you're already dehydrated. So you should probably try to keep yourself more hydrated than you need to be, just to be on the safe side, because you'll just pee it out if it's excess anyway. So it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? My ex would just drink crate loads of coffee, which gave short-term boost, but he aged overnight. Yeah, because it'll just stress your body out. So I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to be doing that. But I don't know about, like, the sodium bicarbonate. Could that age you as well, perhaps? I mean, you gotta be careful. But actually, creatine's been shown that to possibly to have rejuvenating effects on people with, like, dementia, or at least be able to stave off things like dementia and Alzheimer's, neural degenerative diseases like that. There has been some link with, like, possible depression treatment, but I saw this thing about beta-alanine. Actually, there being some evidence that might help with depression, and also help it boost the moods of all the people who are already have a good mood, to make them even better. Hi Pete, how are you doing? Yeah, I don't think energy drinks are really a good idea. Like I said, I think just focus on sleep, focus on good nutrition, and you'll probably be fine. I look at footballers' diets, like, yeah, it's cold. Yeah, I put the heating on, so I'm lucky that I'm on the top floor because the heat comes up from below. So when they put the heating on, it'll just, like, come up to my level. So yeah, because heat rises. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Anyway, pasta is good and bananas. Yeah, I eat a lot of that stuff. You know, just kind of, like, carb up on that sort of stuff. Yeah, and it's like, some people talk about carnivore diet and all that, and it's like, if that works for you, that's great, but I think for most people, like I think carbs are a good way to get fuel into the muscle. Like there's a thing called glycolysis, which is basically like when you are like, doing anaerobic exercise, that's when you start to burn up glycogen, and you turn that into pyruvate. That turns to lactic acid. That's why you get the lactic acid burn. It's actually, I don't think it's actually from the lactic acid itself. Like I said, I think it's to do with the hydrogen ions that are created. It's an acidic environment, so that, like I said, this is where the beta-alanine might come in. But I'm going to look into some other ones as well. I've heard taurine, but I've heard that beta-alanine might actually buffer taurine. It might actually stop it from working properly. I don't know. This is just research that I've been kind of doing. So, but with beta-alanine, you need to like kind of split it up throughout the day to kind of, so you don't get the tingling sensations, basically, because some people that can drive them mad and put them off. So yeah, yeah, I've not seen that, Susie. I don't really watch football, so all right, take care, Rebecca. Have a good one. Yeah, the thing is, it's too slippy out there to run it for the moment for me. But yeah, I still like do exercise and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really that big into running personally, but I like to kind of just do a mixture of things really. But my favourite's probably like plyometrics. That's probably my favourite kind of training. So like jumping squats, star jumps, spotty dogs, things like that really. Explosive push-ups. Those are stuff I actually enjoy doing. I don't know why it is. It's just, I guess it's just the explosivity of it. It just makes you feel like a lot of energy and all that. But yeah, I mean, I like sprinting, like doing short bursts of running. But it's like doing sustained running for like half an hour, or whatever. It's like, I don't know. It's alright once in a while, but yeah, I tend to just mainly stick to like, yeah, kind of calisthenics stuff, as well as some resistance training. So yeah, I got a load of fruit off Olio today. I had to get rid of some to my neighbour as too much just for me. Yeah, as long as they eat it, then it doesn't go to waste then. But yeah, what did you get then? Yeah, that's good then. Yeah, so have you been out doing your busking again recently then, or not? I hope everyone's well tonight. Abby, are you still there? Yeah, not seen a lot of the regulars tonight yet, so I don't know, but yeah, probably end up restarting it in a few minutes, because I usually do that. So I come on for a bit, and then I restart to try and get, the algorithm to push it out again, and yeah. So that my viewers are kind of low for the number of subscribers that I've got, really, but it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, I hope that you've all had a good day today, people. Share this out if you can. Maybe we'll get some more people in here then, I guess. But yeah, it's just, the thing is that supplements shouldn't be a replacement for, a good diet, exercise, and sleep, and good sleep and things like that, and low stress environment and low pollution, like things like that. It's like, just get the basics down first, then you can worry about supplementation later Whereas you get some people who are like, oh, I shouldn't do that, should I do this and that? It's like they haven't even got their basics down, so you shouldn't really be worrying about that. You know, they say like something like, focus on the basics and get 95% of the results. Like just focus on just doing the, you know, just like exercising regularly, doing the right things, you know, just doing, you know, kind of half an hour or an hour or whatever a day. Even if you're doing a high intensity workout, maybe even 20 to 30 minutes a day. But yeah, just as long as you're getting your heart rate up and doing something physical, that's good enough. So yeah. Anyway, what's going on here? The chat. Let's refresh this. Oh, sorry, I missed the comment. So thank you, Iman. Beetroot before. I've heard about beetroot juice or something. I've heard of. That's supposed to be good for. Well, anything with like high nitrate content. So like dark green vegetables, I've heard they're good for it. But I've heard something about like something that you need to have that bacteria in your mouth, and I think it's like when people use mouthwash and it washes out all that bacteria from their mouth, so they don't get the benefits from it or something. I've heard. So that could be an issue of mouthwash that doesn't really get talked about very much. That it's washing off a lot of the good bacteria, because something about we need the bacteria in the mouth to produce basically the nitrates in the food. The bacteria turns that into nitrite, and then nitrite converts into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide will that has a myriad of different health benefits. One of them is oxygenation, and I think it's got some like antioxidant properties. But yeah, it's maybe really good for you. You can get some nitric oxide just from like nose breathing and humming. Humming's really good for that as well. I have tried for a month. I mean, it feels like a cleanser. Oh yeah, aloe vera is supposed to be good for you. But yeah, well, I think maybe beets have got other benefits as well. So, but I thought I'd mention the thing about nitric oxide and nitrates. So yeah, green vegetables like beetroot I think is high in nitrates. But I think it was like nitrates. If I remember, it was something like about the how needing to have the certain bacteria in your mouth that converts it. So it says here about because antiseptic mouthwashes eradicate the oral bacterial flora. Hi Enki, yes I do. This nitric oxide generating pathway is abolished, which may result in nitric oxide deficient conditions, potentially leading to life-threatening complications such as ischemic heart events or sepsis. So I would say be careful with mouthwash, because according to this, it might actually be destroying the pathway to nitric oxide. So I would just say, because if you're eating all these healthy foods and stuff, and then you might be like wasting some of the benefits of it by putting mouthwash in. Like, what I would say is just try to eat healthy foods, try not to eat too much refined sugar, and that will sort itself out. You probably won't even need mouthwash because your gut, your flora that you get in your mouth will be more beneficial bacteria. So yeah, that just try to focus on fruit and veg to try and get, you know, kind of healthy foods in your diet, and so then you're not having to like put a bunch of mouthwash in there that's just gonna like fuck up your nitric oxide. Yeah, it's gonna, but yeah, just but like I said, you can get it from nose breathing, and humming's actually really effective apparently. So just doing some humming mantras and stuff. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. So has any of you heard about this then, about mouthwash being detrimental and how it's yeah, maybe I should make a video about it, because I don't think enough people really know about that it can actually be that it can be bad for basically blocking the nitric oxide pathway. So water and a beetroot is a win all round. Oh yeah. But yeah, beetroot's got a lot of like antioxidants. I think it's got like, it's like you know, those like purples are, you know, really rich in antioxidants. You know, like your dark blues, the dark purples, things like that. You know, like your blueberries, your Hi Ryan, good to see you again. How we're doing tonight, people? Hope everyone's well. How are you feeling today? Hope I haven't missed much. I was just talking about nitric oxide. So basically, it's I think it's called I mean, the thing is, right, it's an oxide, so you might think, well, it's bad, but it's actually, some oxidants are actually good. So basically, nitric oxide is something that is produced in the body in certain conditions, like, for example, nose breathing is said to increase nitric oxide, as well as humming is said to increase nitric oxide, but they found that eating nitrate-rich foods like green vegetables and beetroots and things like that is said to increase nitric oxide via the pathway of bacteria in your mouth that will. Hi Nazoli, welcome in here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. So nitrates in your mouth get broken down into nitrite, then nitrite gets converted into nitric oxide. Oh, Emma, okay, nice to meet you, Emma. So yeah, basically, if you want to increase your nitric oxide levels, nose breathing, humming, and nitrate-rich foods, but try to avoid mouthwash. That's the summary of what I'm saying. So yeah, basically the antiseptic mouthwash, that is anyway, the ones that kill off bacteria, because the problem is that they don't just kill off bad bacteria, they also kill off good bacteria as well. So just be careful with that stuff. It's not necessarily gonna, because some of these things have unintended consequences. It's like when they overuse antibiotics, that they kill off the good and bad bacteria. That's the problem with them, and it can really just jack up your body and just like your health. I mean, it's just like, so anyway, I hope everyone's well tonight. So far, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries I like. Yeah, that's good. A lot of antioxidants in there, like vitamin C, stuff like that. That's really good for you, so that's good. And they're relatively quite low in calories, so you can snack on them and not feel guilty. So I'd say like fruit is a good thing to snack on. So I'd find if you tend to snack a lot, just get some one thing, yeah, maybe get some fruit, or maybe get some popcorn. That might be an idea as well, because, for example, like you might get like someone just like, you know, there's like you just kind of like when you're watching TV, you just got, because popcorn is actually quite low in calories, so that's something that you could try out, because it's like it's mostly just air. It's just you just like you just have a habit of just like wanting to just like grab something and eat it. It's like if it's not gonna have huge amounts of calories, then great. You know, it's just it can help you stick to your diet. So yeah, but try and just stock up on like healthy foods and not stock up on unhealthy foods. So yeah, that's what I would say. Because I mean, it can be tempting, even if you say like shopping online, to like buy crap that you don't need, like chocolate or whatever bullshit or whatever that isn't necessarily going to be the best for you. Maybe you need to have someone else to help you out. I don't know, like have someone else pick the foods for you that they know are going to be the best for you. I don't know, but yeah, hi Fat Muppet, how you doing? You could just start skipping breakfast. Actually, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea for a lot of people, because what can happen is for some people is that they try skipping breakfast, then they end up overeating dinner or lunch or whatever you want to call it. Dried apricot's good. It depends. Some of them have sulfur dioxide added as a preservative, and that's what makes them orange. But often times that they have that. So yeah, there's some people say that can cause a certain type of cancer, but not exactly sure what it is. But I would be careful. But yeah, basically unsulfured dried apricots are probably good. But yeah, it's just that they're more expensive. What you'd be better off doing is look on a site like Buy Whole Foods online and just get them in bulk. They'll be a lot cheaper that way. So if you find that you struggle to buy like the healthy stuff, just go and find it online in bulk, like a kilo bag, 2 kilo bag, something like that. It works out cheaper in bulk. So yeah. But yeah, I don't think skipping breakfast is the answer for everybody. But yeah, hope everyone's well tonight. Fasting is good because it brings awareness to your eating habits. It depends on each individual. Some people might find that they're better off just snacking and just having like little snacks here and there, like grazing throughout the day, and that's how they stick to their diet. For some people, intermittent fasting can work, but I don't know really. It's like the only thing is that with intermittent fasting is that some argue that it can lead to possible muscle loss, and this has to do with having less growth signals throughout the day, and there's been some research on that, and I don't know what to make of it really, but I guess it depends on how long maybe if you just skipped breakfast, but if you find that you can do that and not overeat dinner, then okay, fair enough. But if you find then that you end up eating double the amount for dinner, then there's not really any point in doing that then, is there? Because some people might start getting so hungry they end up just like eating more. But yeah, obviously you would eat more lunch or dinner. The point is to get more comfortable with an empty stomach. Well, I mean, like, not everyone can. I think the best thing to do is to feed yourself lower calorie foods so that you feel full on less calories. That would be the idea, I think, would be for a lot of people so they can graze throughout the day, feel full, eat fiber-rich foods that are not as high in calories, that have more volume, that have more water content. A lot of this processed stuff that's higher in calories, less water and less fiber, and you can just eat thousands of calories of that easily. But you couldn't just easily eat thousands of calories of berries or salad greens or something. So yeah, I think it could be difficult for people to do that. I get that. That's, you know, to eat those type of foods when they're used to eating McDonald's. So it's kind of like, I think it's about slow transition and trying to, like, what I would suggest is trying to add things in rather than having the mindset of adding something in rather than taking things out, because I can't remember who said this, but like, instead of like trying to take something out of your diet, think about, okay, I'm going to add in some berries, I'm going to add in some apples, I'm going to add in some kale, some spinach, I'm going to add in some sweet potato or something, and then like naturally the bad stuff will start to fall off. But you can look at ways to flavour your foods, like putting certain seasonings on your food to make it more tasty if need be to make it more palatable. Yeah. I enjoy fish and chips from my local chippy, but I'm concerned they use ultra processed oil in the fryers. I read bad things on ultra processed oils. Yeah, especially with the ones that, in the chippies, they tend to, oftentimes they'll reuse the same oil, which is bad. Like, what happens is that if you keep reusing the same oil, that can cause more of these hydrogen free radicals, and I took fats and sugars out of my diet when I first started. Yeah, I mean, you can't completely take out fats and sugars from your diet. You do need them to function, but yeah, just kind of lowering down them really, but whilst also trying to have a decent amount of protein to try and maintain lean mass. Because what some people do is they try and crash diet and then they don't have any protein, which then leads to metabolic collapse, and plus they're in a hypocaloric state, which then the body's like, shit, we're running out of resources here, we're going to have to hunker down, which is then going to just make you probably start feeling tired and hungry all the time. Not good. And then you're likely just going to bounce back to where you're from. So when people talk about saying that diets don't work, it's because it's these crash diets. I will ask next time I go on, tell the difference in Whitby. They use beef drip and it's much better in my opinion. Well, I don't know, it's still, I don't know, I've heard, bad stuff about beef fat and how it can be bad for you, but then everyone's got their own kind of, everyone's got their own opinion on these things really, but yeah, I've been looking a lot into like supplements lately on this thing called beta-alanine, and it's quite fascinating, some of the research, but there's also some concerns as well, so I wanted to kind of, talk a little bit about that, but yeah, because if people are interested in sports, or if they're interested in fitness or anything like that, that it may well come in useful, especially for those that are performing at a higher intensity for like an extended duration. So, but yeah, just kind of try to keep an open mind really. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think so, Fat Muppet. Hello, Ojasui, how you doing? Ryan says I don't eat beef or pork. Oh, really? Is that because of some kind of religion or something, or? But didn't you just say about Whitby's beef fat or something. Ryan says mainly I eat chicken. Oh yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone's well tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Like I say, I might be restarting in a minute, guys. I love when you smile. I do the Joe Biden smile, where he's like smiling on one side. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Alright, 2 push-up. Nah. I'm good. I'm restarting the live, guys.